Is outside last week's feature winner, the number 9, the Flying Ford, Lee McRae. And on the back, starting in the 7th spot on row 4, all by his lonesome, Garrett Garnsby. Garrett Garnsby. Here they come. 8 laps up on the AIE Bell scoreboard. Lined up and ready to race right out of the staging area. That's the way we like it. Hey, waving the green flag today is Lynn Kohler. Lynn's waving the green flag. And that's the easiest job she's ever done here. She keeps track of the office at Red River Co-op Speedway and keeping on charge of the checks and balances, and that is a heck of a job. Thank you, Lynn. Well, we have a yellow flag for obvious pileup in turn number 1. Signex Manufacturing brings more experience to the table than virtually any other sign manufacturer in Manitoba. Clients include IKEA, Shoppers Drug Mart, Nygaard, Investors Group, Steinbach Credit Union, and Boston Pizza. Everything from washroom signs to large digital displays. Signex does it all, from the very first concept all the way to installation. Learn more at signex.ca.
At Mr. Lube, we know you rely on your vehicle to perform around the clock and throughout the year in sunny, rainy, and stormy weather. That's why we offer professional service by our 100% certified technicians. We have access to your car's electronic owner's manual, so we know exactly what your car needs to keep it running at its best. Mr. Lube, a Canadian original, celebrating 40 years. 5 convenient locations in Winnipeg, open every day. No appointment needed.
Okay, so we're going to try it again. This is heat 1 of 3 in the modified division. Where did number 4 go? Well, Rick Delane inherits the front row. That's kind of nice for Rick Delane. Started in row 2. He's up to row 1 already. Here we go. We're going green for the Winnipeg Free Press and Northern Meats. My goodness, not again. Yes, again. I guess that 85 car doesn't have a transponder or a receiver because everybody else is off the gas a half a day before he is. Okay, Ryan Cousins with the right rear quarter pushed up on the tire. I guess, well, we still have 8 laps to go on the AIE Bell scoreboard. While we have a moment, and it appears that we do, we're not just okay with service, and neither should you be. At Noventus Credit Union, we're dedicated to racing laps around the competition right alongside you. With flexible options and extended hours in select locations, we are your full-service financial team. So visit them today at noventus.ca and experience North of Ordinary. They have branches conveniently located throughout the Inner Lake and just down the road in Headingley and Starbuck. Are we ready? I think we're getting there. Well, we're down to 5 cars. We started out with 7. 2 of them have caused yellow flags, and when you cause a yellow flag in a heat race, you go to the back of the, you go to the pits. So that's where 2 of them went. Now we're about to get going. The green is in the air. We're back to what the? Oh boy, the yellow flag came out for a ragged start. I was just saying up here, boy, that's the worst start I've seen all year, but the idea in that is you don't want to throw the yellow flag out when half the field is on the gas and the other half see the yellow flag. So the idea is to throw the green and let them all get through and slow down a little bit once they've got some more room. So the 85 car, he's jumped out to the lead every single time he's taken the green. The 85D, Jeff Davis, who's not a regular with us but has made the trip for the 2-day event here. There's a couple, the Broking brothers are here as well, and they're pretty heavy hitters from, black flag for 85. He jumped. Well, we've gone from 7 cars to 4. We're pretty soon. We're going to be able to manage this here pretty quick. Hey, it's yeah, so anyway, I think we're going to try to get down to 3 cars and then we'll have it good. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Hope nobody jumps or spins out. We're running out of time. Last week's winner, Lee McRae, to the point. Rick Delane inside on him and unable to hang on to the number 1 spot. He did so, you betcha. Last Saturday night's feature winner, Lee McRae, and the McRae, oh boy, look at, he just about bobbled it, went off the end of the track. Rick Delane in hot pursuit in the 1 car. We've got 2 two-car races going on here. First and second, and 2 black and orange cars. Lee McRae's got the Ford up top and on the move. He's looking good. He had a couple of rough starts there on those initial starts, so it's kind of worked out good for him that he's able to another close one here. A 360 over there in turn 2, but he kept it going. Don't wait for yellow, you get a death sentence. Spun the car around, did a 360 and kept right on going. White flag in the air for your leader, Lee McRae. Delane in the 1R. A solid second, Wall at third. With 3 heat races, the top 3 finishers will draw for feature starting spots. Checkered flies for Lee McRae. 33 cars down a lap. The 1R, Rick Delane grabs second. Third goes to the 24. That's James Wall. Fourth will go to the 33 car. The visiting driver, the 33, is Garnet Gamsby. Wow. So Northern Meats is a family-owned food service company, and they can provide you with a one-stop shop for everything you will need to operate your food service establishment. Northern Meats, right here in Winnipeg. So some of our signboard sponsors include 93 The Drive, 97 Big FM, BG Products, BIL Video Security, Kennedy Flooring, Castrol Edge, Point West Auto Park, Poulin's Pest Control, Overhead Door Winnipeg, Extreme Coatings, Freightliner Manitoba, Precision Land Solutions. Where are we here? Ranger Insurance, RBC Royal Bank, Showtime Productions, Spectrum Coating, St. Mary's Nursery, Superior Forklift, Triton Trailers, Trans Solutions, Leasing and Rentals. So our next modified heat race has
couple of brokings in it. Grand Rapids, Minnesota. Father and son team, I'm pretty sure.
if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Right.
These guys are heavy hitters. They come all the way from Grand Rapids. Because
Minnesota.
This two-day show is for national points, and I don't remember if it's the father or the son that's won a championship in the modified division, a national, I believe.
I think it was Johnny.
These guys, and isn't that something? You come to a place where they race three races in your class, and you're both in the same race.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep, no doubt about it.
And on the pole of this one, the Rod Fair Racing Miller Race Engines 5G of Scott Greer. This is a new race car for Scott. He's run a GRT all season. This is an MB Custom. So apparently the MB Customs are catching on. Ward Emery's been running one here all year. Scott Greer is starting to run one starting tonight, the 5G. To his outside, the 16, that is Gavin Paul. Gavin Paul visits us a couple of times a year, and it's usually for a two-day thing like this. He's got family in Winnipeg, and it's nice to have Gavin back at the racetrack. Inside on row 2, the 45J from Grand Rapids, Minnesota. This is Johnny Broking. And to his outside, driving an LG2 modified that was new last week, the 48 car, Jerome Guillot from Fanistel. Inside row 3, the 99 is a rookie in the modified division. I believe he raced B mods prior to this. Brody Strachan is the driver's name. And the number 45, there's 45J and 45. Bob Broking drives the 45, once again from Grand Rapids, Minnesota. And then on the back, the 81, the Todd's Electric 81, out of the Kennedy, Minnesota area. This is Jordan Duray. And by the way, what were you looking for earlier on about the name? What was the name of that town that we weren't sure about where it was at? In
Dent, Minnesota.
Dent, Minnesota is just southeast of Detroit Lakes.
Okay.
Not that
So
I
was going to
took the
ask you.
same course as you, but
Right, okay.
Shelley Lennert came up and had it on her phone, a little MapQuest thing. And
Right on.
yeah.
So
now
that's a nice area.
When you go to bed tonight, you can say to yourself, you know,
I know.
when I got up today, I did not know where Dent, Minnesota was. But going to bed right now, I know where Dent, Minnesota
That's
is.
a productive day, man. I'll tell you.
Well, hey, don't make fun. What are we waiting for anyway?
I don't know. We were doing a little track packing, but I think they're here they go.
With what?
They're gone. They like a couple laps and they're gone. So we're going. I think we're going racing.
Is the guy that runs the pits over there, is he on a chair? Or does he have to stand up? Because I think if he's on a chair, he might have drifted off there on us. Okay, Heat 2, ready to rock and roll as they come out of the pit. Northern Meats and Winnipeg Free Press, our corporate sponsor on the evening tonight, our sponsors, rather. Well, the Pockets and Purses contest kind of got interrupted by a race. I don't know what the heck happened there, but all right, 8 laps, so we're going to roll the track in for a little bit. So that gives me an opportunity to remind you that Keystone Western, your locally owned and operated transportation company, specializes in logistics solutions and has for over 25 years. Keystone Western's difference is their family attitude combined with providing their clients with the highest standards of customer service. Keystone is passionate about people, building winning relationships with not only their employees but their customers and the community. Keystone Western, your driving force. We're told we're waiting for Scott Greer. I don't know. Waiting for Scott Greer. I don't make these things up, you know. If I was making them up, I'd come up with a better story than that. But here he comes. An MB Custom. So Ward Emery has kind of dominated this modified class here this year, and I guess with this MB Custom. So I'm thinking that Rod Fair and Scott Greer are thinking it'll be the same for him. Who's in the right place?
Well, Scott Greer has been told to go to the back over the receiver, but I'm not sure if he's got one in. So.
Well, so he wasn't late putting the receiver in his ears. We know that.
I don't know. He was late, and they've told him to go to the back, but now I don't know what they're going to do here. We'll see.
Well, if he was scrambling to get in the race car in the pits because they had mechanical difficulties, he may well be doing up his belts and whatnot right there. So we'll get him around to the back of the field, hopefully, where someone may need to stop or get on the gas. I'm not sure exactly, but you'd probably need to be closer to an engineer than I am to figure that out. But so we are one lap to green, and they've got a hold of Scott and told him that catch up to the back of the pack, and we're about to go racing. So that moves Johnny Broking up to the pole. In the 45, keep an eye on these guys. 45 and 45J, they know how to get the job done. This should be a dandy. Jerome Gill with a new car out there. Here we go. Gavin Paul, always tough and on the gas, and is no different tonight. Gavin Paul, the early leader, with Broking at second, Broking at third, Gio at fourth. Oh, Jerome Gio loops it and continues. No yellow flag for Jerome Gio just yet. He's looking for the foot feed, but he can't find it. Well, Jerome Gio looped the car, and I'm sure he'd like to have kept it going, but they run this Burt transmission, which when you're rolling at race speed is locked into, there's only two forward speeds, crawl and flat out. So when they get it in flat out mode, it's locked 1-to-1 with the back of the crankshaft. So it's hard if you're off the gas to get it out of gear. Gavin Paul visiting us this year again, and of course he is a tough one. There's no doubt about that. And he is looking sharp up front tonight, although he's got a pair of Brokings in his rear view mirror. Okay, I think we're lined up. Let's go. All right, we're ready to go. Here they come. Oh. All right. I was ready. I don't know. Were you? Yeah. Well, I don't know.
You're coming tomorrow, aren't you? Yes, yes.
I have a couple things cross my mind for his responses, but yes. Yes, for sure. 3 o'clock for the pit party. We're going green. Gavin Paul, the leader, but he's got Broking in stereo. Right in tight behind. Oh, man, they're going after it. Not sure what kind of cars those are. I'll find that out for tomorrow. If you're here tomorrow, we'll have some more information on the Broking boys from Grand Rapids. Jordan Duray, the Todd's Electric, number 81. Oh boy, Broking. And out of sympathy, the 81 car goes around.
We were just talking. We were rolling along pretty good until we hit modifieds here. I don't know what's going on there.
I told you, it's like talking about a goalie in a shutout. You don't dare say how good we're doing. I'm telling you.
A little bit of car control issues here.
Well, you know, if you run out of ideas, you could always lift your foot off the gas a little bit.
You can. Absolutely.
As I've heard many drivers tell other drivers, there's 2 pedals in that car, you know.
Well, Dale McCune at the drivers' meeting was talking about exactly that today, and control the car, make sure you're under control at all times. And
apparently, it must have been a pretty small drivers' meeting.
I don't know if anybody heard.
Huh. Okay, now I think we're ready. Someone explain this to me. I'm looking at you. Help me out here. Help me out.
I think we're gonna show him 1 to green.
But
1 to green, okay.
Well, let me ask you this. Did they show him 2 to green the last time around?
Well, we've got 4 down, 4 to go. I think they've done about 15 laps already, but
this
5 cars left, Pat. 4 laps to go.
Yeah. I think we're going to go this time. Not sure, but I think so. Here we go. Gavin Paul, the leader, with Broking in hot pursuit. Jordan Duray at 3rd. Top 3 drivers draw for their feature starting spots. Oh, Broking almost loses the handle. Must be slicker than slick over there. There's a lot of cars spinning out over there in turn numbers 1 and 2. White flag, Gavin Paul getting it done in the 16 car. 45 of Bob Broking. He started in the 6th starting spot, and he's a strong second here right now. Checkers fly for Gavin Paul. 2nd goes to Broking in the 45. Jordan Duray grabs 3rd in 81. That is the top 3 draw spots. Once again, with 3 heats, the top 3 draw for their feature starting spots. Hey, every Wednesday and Thursday night is wing night at Tavern United. That's when baskets of wings are only $4.99. Choose from their menu of 27 flavorful sauces and seasonings, sure to make your mouth water. Find a location near you at tavernunited.com.
There once was a couple whose yard was a wreck, so they got an idea to build a new deck. They hammered and measured, they cut and they swore. Who knew that a deck could be such a chore? When all was done, they stared at their deck and soon realized that it looked like heck.
Before you do it yourself, consider Windeck. They can build you a beautiful, maintenance-free deck that's custom designed for your home. Find out more at windeck.ca. Do it once, do it right.
All right, time for heat number 3 in the modified division. Starting on the pole in this one out of St. Andrews is the 29K of Ryan Karoluk. He drives the Mark Brandt Trucking 29K. Outside In the 7 car out of East St. Paul, Manitoba is Danny Staff. Inside row 2, the A1 Environmental Dynamic Machine A1 is Ian Russo out of East Selkirk, Manitoba. And his running mate in row 2 out of Carmen, Manitoba is Jeff Pritchard in the 1J. Inside row number 3, the Imrie Demolition K4 Equipment 10W is Ward Imrie out of Winnipeg. And Kevin Sexton drives the custom EDM 57 and will start outside of row 3. Here we go. All right, we're going to try this again in modified heat number 3. All right, so, yeah, Big FM is gone. It is now Power 97 modifieds. All right.
Absolutely. They made the big change. There's been a lot of changes in the radio market.
There has been lots, yep. So, now the Power 97 modifieds. All right. So there's 8 laps on the AIE communications board and hoping to go green next time around.
All right, we're ready to go. Lined up. Oh.
All right, 1 to green here. The A1 will come up to the pole position. That is Ian Russo out of East Selkirk, Manitoba, driving the Superior Asphalt Paving A1 Environmental A1. Kevin Sexton in the 57, a multi-time track champion, and the custom EDM Simpsons Transfer 57. Green flag, here we go. Danny Staff is your leader. That's the Miller Racing Engines, Region Construction, signs now number 7 out of East St. Paul. He is the leader. The A1 Environmental A1 of Ian Russo in the 2nd spot, and we've got more spinners. We are having trouble with modifieds here today, I'll tell you. Don't know whose fault that was. I think Kevin Sexton spun 2nd to avoid the accident, but we're going to find out on the radio here momentarily.
Well, I happen to see that, but it doesn't matter because I don't get to make the calls. But we'll see if it goes the right way or the wrong way. But boy, Danny Staff's got that thing flying, doesn't he?
He does. Lots of forward bite. That car looks really, really good right now.
Can't tell. The track doesn't look dry, but it's so slick over there.
Yeah, it seems to be.
I don't know. Maybe, is it greasy? Is it water coming out of it? I don't know.
Wonder if that transmission's stuck there, Pat, on the 57 car on that incline.
You'd have to bump the starter to get it up over the hill. They're almost impossible. See, he's got the red lights on. He's trying to start it, but it's almost impossible to get out of gear when there's weight against that cog on the back of the crankshaft. They may just have to push him over the hill so he can get the pressure off of the driveline so that he can hit the button and get it out of gear and hit the button, get it fired up.
Need a tow truck, we're told, to the 57 car, so maybe it's not stuck in gear.
Whoa. Geez, it looked innocent enough. Look at that, the red light on the dash.
We should have one of those tow trucks in turn 1 and 2. What do you think? 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 1 and 2.
Those red light that was on the dash I was just telling you about turns out to be somebody's tail light.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm going, those are awful big dash lights.
Well, he's a big guy. He's a big driver. I mean, you need big lights. But yeah, I was looking through there. I thought that, oh boy.
That's a quad. Those are quad tail lights.
Are they?
ATV. Sure.
Oh, from Sports and Recreation in Steinbach.
Right on.
Oh, so that's our fire crew guys up there making sure everything's kosher.
Are they, what are they doing with Sexton there? Are they?
Well, apparently.
He's rolling. He's rolling.
He's good.
They were talking about needing a tow truck. He's gone. Sexton is gone.
So who's yellow?
I don't know.
Turn your mic off for a minute. All right. We got that solved.
We
Let's
do.
see.
Kevin Sexton off to the pit area, so
Oh,
we're
did
getting
he?
ready to go
Oh.
back to.
So I wonder,
Well,
is he broke? Is it something broken, or is that his yellow?
I didn't hear the radio.
You
Could have been his
liar.
yellow.
You're pulling my leg.
I didn't
Come
hear
on.
it.
All
I'll
the
confirm.
talk-
Just give me a second here.
All the talk that goes on that thing in a night, and you didn't hear it? My God. They're talking about how many cheese slices we got left on that thing.
All right, restart coming up momentarily here. 7 laps on the AIE Communications board. Sans Kevin Sexton in the 57 car now. So Danny Staff will be your leader on this Delaware-style restart. And we're getting set to go. We hope. Pair of ones in row number 2, Jeff Pritchard and Ian Russo, and we're green. The signs now, number 7, first into the first corner. Karoluk getting into it a little bit with the A1 of Ian Russo now. Ward Emery on the inside of the A1 and looking for the 3rd spot. He's got it. Staff looking strong. Five to go on the AIE Communications board as Danny Staff continues to pull away. Ward Emery now in the 2nd spot, and he's got some distance to close up on the leader now, about a half a straightaway worth of distance. In turn 3 and 4, Emery looking strong, but can he catch the number 7? That is the question. With just 4 laps remaining, we're halfway through this modified heat number 3. Ian Russo battling with the number 1 of Pritchard. Karoluk now on the outside of Pritchard, but unable to make the pass. Now Karoluk dives to the bottom of the racetrack and slides up, but gets on the brakes. Doing a nice job there, Ryan Karoluk, of avoiding a crash. 2 to go. White flag is out. Staff continuing to pull away from Emery. He looks strong. Checkered flag is waving. Your winner is going to be the number 7 of Danny Staff. 2nd spot to the K4 Equipment Emery Demolition, number 10W. 3rd, the 29K unofficially. Good race to the finish between the A1 Environmental A1 of Ian Russo and the 1 of Jeff Pritchard out of Carmen. So that'll do it for your Power 97 Modifieds. Next up, Noventus Credit Union late models.